Hey everyone, this is Tom with TK Designs. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick and easy method for making custom leatherette patches to put on ball caps to give as merch or gifts to friends and family. If you're interested in how to achieve this, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start in our Xtool Studio, which is the newest version of the software for the Xtool. And you'll notice I've imported my design for my patch, and I've put a border around it. So we're going to perform two operations on that. We're going to do a engrave for the patch itself and a cut for the outside border. So if we come in and look at our cut, we'll see that we have our power set to 70%, speed at 30 millimeters per second, and our pass will be set to 2. This is what I found to be the best for working with the leatherette patches that I bought. If we look at our engrave, that's going to be at 20% power, 200 millimeters per second, one pass, and bitmap mode in grayscale, 80 lines per centimeter. After we've made those settings, the rest is a simple matter of loading up your leatherette, setting your processing area and your distance from the leatherette itself. Then you can frame it up and process the image. So let's go ahead and get down to the laser and cut these. This first batch of leatherette comes from a multicolor sheet that are 12.6 inches by 9 inches in size. They do have an adhesive on the back that allows you to use a heat press to attach them to the hat. A link for this is in the description of the video. The second batch is a single color leatherette with sheets measuring 12.6 inches by 10.2 inches, also with adhesive backs. I'm also going to include a link to those in the description for these leatherette packages. Next, I'm going to go to the hat press. I'm going to preheat my hat press to 285 degrees Fahrenheit and set it for 45 seconds. To prep the hats, I'm going to use heat-resistant tape to align the patch to the hat. This is to keep the patch stationary and to protect from scorching the patches. These hats can also be purchased in bulk on Amazon, or you can use hats of your own. I do have a link to these in the description if you'd like to use it. After attaching the patch, I'll remove the cardboard backing from the hat and place the hat on the press. I have the press set to apply light pressure at 285 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 seconds. A Teflon sheet is going to be added in between the press and the hat to provide a heat barrier and to help prevent scorching or sticking of the patch to the press. After the initial 45-second press, I'll recheck the hat and make sure that all the adhesive is secured all around the hat. If it's not, I'll hit it again for another 10 seconds, and I'll repeat that process until all the adhesive holds. My final step is going to be to remove the heat-resistant tape. I'm going to use a weeding tool for heat transfer vinyl to make this a little easier to detach it from the hat without damaging anything. So as you can see by looking at the hat, we got good adhesion all the way around the patch. It's not going to pull off easily. So this hat is done and ready for wear. Both hats I pressed turned out really well. The Leatherette from the multicolor pack took a little longer to apply as the adhesive was not as quick to melt. This is how it turned out. We take a quick look. You'll see that it looks rather nice. The Leatherette from the single color pack attached much quicker. Its adhesive is much quicker to melt. Also looks pretty nice. So it's really just a matter of what you prefer in terms of Leatherette patches and colors. Some final tips I can offer: make sure you're using a press and not a smaller Cricut iron or similar, as they don't seem to heat at the same levels or maintain their levels of heat sufficiently. When you press, start with a 45-second press and do additional presses as needed for 10 seconds at a time to avoid scorching the Leatherette patches. For this video, I used an Xtool S1 with a 20-watt laser to do the engraving and cutting. If you're using a 40-watt laser, please test your settings to make sure you find what works best for you for engraving and cutting. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for additional content. Here's some other videos I think you'll like.